Coming up in this episode, Carl Evans has got Super League future. Huddersfield Stadium owners go into administration. And IMG ready to rename Super League. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and if you want to continue seeing more. Well, where do we begin? That news obviously for Super League, as it's been announced that there is, in many reports, Super League is set for a drastic name change due to relative web search when it comes to the competition's name. Clubs and the organisers IMG are sitting down in the process of the new administration coming in to help promote rugby league, but it's seen that the Super League name is one that's going to go with the times. This has come up numerous times in conversation and speculation, mostly from the reporters and also agents in the sport. But Rugby League Live understands that the Rugby Football League strategic partner is plotting a rebrand of a competition that's had the same name for more than a quarter of a century. The Northern Hemisphere's premier competition has gone under the Super League name for now 26 years. It first adopted the name in 1996 when the sport transitioned to the Summer Rugby League. However, over time, the number of competitions that have taken the same name, such as women's soccer and netball's top flight in women's division, as well as numerous others across the several sports. We also saw the infighting over English soccer when the proposed European Super League was put towards the major clubs, and fans rebelled against the name change. Anyway, a timeline for when the change will be implemented has yet to be mapped out, but it's understood that IMG are considering it as one of the first major pieces of work following the extensive consultation process. The rebrand is not thought to have been decided on at this stage. That means they're not sure what the new name is going to be. IMG has several of its proposals public in the last few months. They've made them public, including the introduction of a grading system and the removal of Magic Weekend from the calendar. A more comprehensive international schedule is another priority, but there are other ideas not yet put on the radar, with a new look for Super League amongst their biggest priorities. Since the 1996 idea of the Super League came about, with Maurice Lindsay being one of the brain trust behind the move to summer and the Super League idea, as well as franchises in the past, there was a couple of ideas that always went by the way, but Maurice always looked to get the betterment of rugby league at the forefront of every club's ideas. The late Wigan's ideas of growing rugby league may come in a different guise via IMG, with a different name, people putting their new rubber stamp on it. The first season of the competition back in 1996 also featured 24 teams since the inception of the competition came about. Now approaching its 28th season, it could well be the last for this last season of Super League under its current name. The recent controversy surrounding the football's ill-fated European Super League has damaged rugby league's equivalently digitally. One simple look on any search engine with the phrase Super League will result in football-related news. It's worth noting that Sky Sports recently changed their listings for the competition to Super League Rugby. However, a new name could help eradicate those issues in the future. But Super League Rugby would have its own problems as well, as I think that's one of the competitions in rugby union. Anyway, we'll have to see where the more ideas come from, but at this point, a name change is more than likely. I still think back when people was trying to get the Super League name, or using the Super League name, we should have sued them as a competition. That would have bring more profile. It's our competition. It's our name. Should have copyrighted it. Should have LLC'd it. Whatever the legal term is, I'm not a legal expert. But different sport, but name. It is a branding issue. It's used by a different company. It's used by a different sport. It's used. Missed the trick, I think. Super League could have been just synonymous. Rugby League. And maybe some good news for Wales international winger Carl Evans, as the race for the World Cup winger is heating up, with a number of championship clubs vying for his signature. Rugby League Live again understands as many as 5 second-tier teams have expressed an interest in the winger, who is without a club since leaving Wakefield Trinity. The 30-year-old, who previously played top-flight rugby union in Wales, made the cross-code switch last June, joining Trinity after a successful trial. This being after he had a trial with Leeds Rhinos, but Leeds decided to go another way. That saw him end up getting called up for Wales in the Rugby League side, where he stood out during the World Cup, scoring a memorable try against Tonga, as well as ferocious tackling in defence for the Welsh Dragons. Despite all this though, he remains without a club for next season, but Rugby League Live can reveal he has interest of a number of clubs from the Championship. Leading the chase are thought to be 2 clubs looking to be at the top of the tree, with Bradford Bulls and Newcastle Thunder, who are both continuing to enhance their squad in time for the 2023 season. Other clubs are thought to have made inquiries, but it's the Thunder and Bulls who are assumed to be the furthest down the track at this stage of negotiations. In the 15-man code, Evans had done well for the clubs as he played for Welsh Premiership club Llanelli, and Evans went on to score 27 tries in 57 games for the club, while also having spells at Scarlets, Merthyr, and also Doncaster Knights during his rugby union career. However, his priority is now to pursue a career in the 13-man code. Speaking to Rugby League Live in November, Evans said, "I've spent so long dreaming of playing rugby league and trying to get into the game. But now I'm here, I don't want to let this go. I'm unemployed, I guess, aren't I? Hopefully, the World Cup has put me in the shop window a bit and given me a chance. Rugby league is something I'd always been interested in. Even before I signed professionally in Union, I sent clips of me playing into St Helens on their Facebook page. Looking back, it was such a crazy thing to do. Thinking that would turn into something. But that's how much I wanted to play rugby league." The Welshman is looking hard into keeping that rugby league career going, as he scored on his debut against Tonga, as we said, in the World Cup. He also scored on his debut against Wigan Warriors for Wakefield during the 2022 season. Can he do that again for a new club in the Championship? We'll have to see. All that can be said is that he's had a whirlwind first year in rugby league, and he's got the bug. Hopefully he gets fixed up. There is a player in there, as he has been in contact and made contact throughout his playing career, whether it's in the 15-a-side code or these in 13-a-side code. I forgot my numbers for a second there. Apologies. Good luck to you, Carl. Hopefully you get fixed up in the not too distant future. So in what is news for Huddersfield Giants, Huddersfield Town are set to take over the running of the John Smith Stadium as the ground's current managers face going into administration. Kirklees Stadium Development Limited, KSDL, is in millions of pounds of debt, according to council papers. The football club is set to take full control of the ground, which is also, as we know, the home of Huddersfield Giants rugby league team, to secure its long-term future. The proposed handover could be signed off by Kirklees Council as early as next week. The local authority owns 40% of KSDL, with a 40% share also held by the Huddersfield Town Football Club, and the remaining 20% by the Huddersfield Giants. The company was originally set up, in KSDL that is, to run the stadium back in 1993, but has been struggling financially for years. The council said severe cash flow difficulties have compounded by the high energy costs in recent times. The 24,121 capacity stadium also needs 8 to 10 million of investment within a decade to address the backlog of maintenance issues to extend its life beyond 2050. It had been previously proposed that a community trust would take over the management of the ground and receive a £13 million bailout from the council to cover debts and fund refurbishment. But the council said it had been forced to rethink the plan because those debts were potentially higher than previously envisaged. It added that Huddersfield Town's owner, Dean Hoyle, who assumed control of the football club in October 2021, had also objected to a community trust arrangement even. Under the new proposal, the Championship club will take over full operational control of the ground as the long-term leaseholder and will cover the costs of refurbishment and repairs. The deal would actually see the council and some other debtors agree to write off historical liabilities, which is required as part of the deal, said a report to the council's cabinet. Huddersfield Giants have continued to use the ground, which has been home of both clubs since its construction since 1994. Graham Turner, Cabinet Minister for Regeneration, said that KSDL had been an important part of the development of the stadium, but was no longer the right way to operate. I am sure that the proposal to negotiate with the football club to become the long-term leaseholder will help secure the stadium and allow it to develop and flourish in the coming years, Mr. Turner added. In a joint statement between the council, Huddersfield Giants Rugby Club and Huddersfield Town Football Club, it said, "Our clubs mean so much more to people across Huddersfield and well beyond. But if the stadium is going to serve the community for the future, it needs investment and financial platform that's sustainable in the long term. All partners are committed to maintaining the stadium as the heart and soul of Huddersfield's sporting heritage." The proposals go through to the council's cabinet and go before them for their vote, their consideration, etc. on the 21st of December 2022. We'll probably be hearing more and more about this as the time goes on, but if Huddersfield Town is still happy to have Huddersfield Giants there and to run the stadium, there should be no issue. Good luck to them. Huddersfield do need that base to stay firm, and so does Rugby Club. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking on that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way in the near future. Tell me what your thoughts are on today's episode in the comment section below, as it's open for business and anyone can mention anything about these videos, as long as they're being respectful. Tell me what your thoughts are on Huddersfield, the Kirklees group's plight when it comes to the stadium. Carl Evans, will he get a club in the Championship? I do hope so. And also, our final story, the name change. Will that come through, or will Super League still be with us in 2027? It's going to be an interesting one. There'll be a few ideas floating around. Probably hate it for about 5 minutes, and then it's what it is. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. I'll end the episode as I always do by wishing you all the very best. So please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode.